The long-awaited moment has finally arrived, where the heavens can no longer remain silent in the face of our current world. For decades, the messages of the Virgin Mary were whispered in the shadows of quiet chapels and remote villages across the globe. But as we enter the early days of 2026, those whispers have transformed into a resonant thunder that cannot be ignored today. The veil that once separated our physical reality from the divine realm is thinning at a pace that is truly unprecedented. We are witnessing the end of an era of patience and the beginning of a time of great spiritual revelation. You were drawn to this specific video not by a simple digital coincidence, but by a powerful and divine appointment. The mother is calling her children to listen closely because the window of preparation is starting to close for everyone. This is the hour where the great silence ends and the clear voice of the prophecy begins to speak. The world is currently submerged in a sea of noise, distraction, and a relentless pursuit of things that do not satisfy. While the masses are preoccupied with the latest digital trends and the chaotic flow of global news, a deeper shift occurs. The powerful of this earth are aware that the stability they once took for granted is beginning to dissolve under their feet. They see the anomalies in the atmosphere and the strange patterns in the heavens that science simply cannot explain away today. Yet, they choose to remain silent because they fear the power of a population that is spiritually awake and fully prepared. Knowledge of this prophecy is the first step toward reclaiming your peace in a world that is losing its collective mind. We are here to shine a light on the hidden truths that have been kept away from the general public for years. This is the moment to stop being a passive spectator and start being an active participant in the divine plan. In this urgent revelation, the Blessed Mother has pointed toward 4 specific nations that stand at the epicenter of the shift. These nations are not necessarily the most powerful in terms of military might or vast economic wealth in the world today. Instead, they represent the spiritual pillars that hold the balance of the era we are currently living through right now. The prophecy warns that the spiritual frequency in these regions is changing, signaling a transition that will affect every single soul. As the shadows grow longer over these territories, the need for a sanctuary for the family of light becomes absolutely vital. If you feel the weight of this message in your heart, I invite you to type, "I am ready" below. By doing so, you are signaling to this global community that you are a soul who chooses to stay awake. Together, we are building a network of light that will serve as a lighthouse during the coming spiritual storm. It is crucial to understand that these warnings are never intended to incite panic or a sense of paralyzing fear in anyone. Fear is the primary weapon used by the enemy to keep the soul captive and unable to move toward the divine light. Preparation, on the other hand, is the tool of the faithful children who trust in the promises of the Mother of Mercy. She is calling us to look past the superficial chaos and focus our energy on the spiritual reality that governs everything. We are being asked to build an internal ark, constructed not with wood and nails, but with prayer and constant charity. This is why our community places such a heavy emphasis on following the mandates of Mary and the path of service. When the foundations of the world begin to tremble, only those anchored in the eternal will find their feet on solid ground. We are now moving into the specific details of the prophecy that will change how you view your future. The 4 nations mentioned in the prophecy are currently facing a defining choice that will echo through the halls of eternity. They are being granted a final window of grace to return to the source of light before the great transition begins. The absolute silence from mainstream authorities regarding these geographic and spiritual shifts is a confirmation of the truth we share. They cannot provide an answer for the strange peace found in the remnant, so they choose to ignore the signs completely. But we will not be silent while the family of light is searching for the way home in these confusing times. The blueprints for the days ahead are already being revealed to those who have the spiritual eyes to see the truth. Our journey into this prophecy is just starting to unfold, and the information ahead is critical for your safety and peace. You must stay focused as we reveal the specific signs that are manifesting in these 4 chosen lands right now. As we prepare to name these nations and describe their role, remember that your active involvement is the key to victory. This channel serves as a sacred sanctuary where we turn these prophetic warnings into tangible acts of radical love and mercy. This is precisely why I created our spiritual guide, where every single cent goes directly to support our global charity work. When you support this mission, you're not just a viewer, you're actively feeding the hungry and sheltering the lost. You are providing hope for those who have nothing while simultaneously preparing your own soul for the coming spiritual shift today. By strengthening your spirit through the lessons in our guide, you are becoming a literal miracle for a person in need. Your generosity is the fuel that keeps this lamp of truth burning in a world that is increasingly becoming dark. Let us move deeper into the identification of the 4 nations and the specific signs that have already begun. The first nation the prophecy highlights is a land that was once a shining beacon of faith, but has since grown cold. Its influence reaches every corner of the planet, yet its spiritual foundation is crumbling under the weight of pride and secularism. The mother warns that when the first day of the transition touches this soil, the systems of man will surely fail. We are already seeing the early signs in the sudden loss of peace and the rise of confusion among its citizens today. This nation is being called to lead the world back to the heart, but first, it must face its own shadow. The spiritual battle lines here are drawn more clearly than anywhere else on the map of the world at this moment. If you live here, your role as a bearer of light is more important than you can possibly imagine right now. The time for lukewarm faith has passed, and the time for a total commitment to the truth has finally arrived. The second nation is a land of ancient traditions that has become a fierce battleground for the very soul of humanity. It sits at a geographic crossroads where the tensions of the East and the West meet in a powerful and violent clash. The prophecy suggests that the physical tremors felt in this region are merely reflections of a much larger spiritual war occurring. As the atmosphere thickens over this land, the faithful are being asked to hold the flame of truth with great courage. They are the guardians of a sacred history that the architects of the New World Order want to erase from memory. When the great silence begins, this nation will experience a stillness so profound that it will change the course of history. The light of the remnant in this specific place is what keeps the darkness from prevailing over the entire world today. Every prayer whispered in this land is being counted by the angels as a victory for the side of the light. The third nation is a place of immense natural beauty and vast resources that has been targeted by deep spiritual deception. It is a land where the family unit is under a direct and calculated attack by those who seek total human control. The mother's message for this nation is one of radical return to the domestic church and the power of the rosary. We see the warning signs in the sky above this region, strange phenomena that the leaders refuse to explain to the public. The people here are being urged to stop looking to the government for salvation and start looking toward the heavens today. If you reside in a place where you feel this immense pressure, know that you are not walking this path alone. Our family of light is standing with you in spirit, weaving a shield of protection through our collective and constant prayers. The third nation will be a testament to the power of the humble when they are united in the divine. The fourth nation is a hidden gem of the spirit, a land that has suffered much but remains fiercely and loyally faithful. It is from this specific soil that the spark of the new era may ultimately emerge to light the world again. The prophecy reveals that while this nation is often overlooked by the powerful, it is prioritized by the Queen of Heaven. Its past trials have been a refinement, a necessary preparation for the role it will play during the great gathering soon. As the global systems begin to stutter and fail, this nation will show the world how to survive on faith alone. It is a living testament to the biblical promise that the humble and the meek shall truly inherit the earth finally. The eyes of the Mother are fixed upon this specific land, protecting every soul that chooses the path of the light. We are now ready to discuss the physical manifestations that will precede the 3 days of darkness in these nations. The onset of the great event will not begin with a sudden explosion, but with a supernatural and heavy stillness. The Virgin Mary warns that a unique, red-tinged cloud will first move across the horizons of the 4 chosen nations today. This is the definitive sign that the boundary between the physical and the spiritual worlds is finally beginning to dissolve. Every electronic device will likely cease to function in an instant, leaving the world in a state of raw, primitive silence. It is a moment designed to strip away the distractions of the modern age and force the soul to look inward. You must be prepared to retreat into your home immediately and close your doors to the chaotic outside world today. This is the beginning of the great interior trial that the ancient prophecy has long foretold for our current generation. The atmosphere will change in a way that science cannot explain, signaling that the divine clock has finally struck the hour. You must remain calm and centered in your faith as the world around you begins to transform into something unknown. During this initial period, the air itself will become heavy with a presence that the unfaithful will find utterly terrifying. The Mother describes this as a time of intense spiritual purification, where the light of God will be the only refuge. Standard lights and common candles will simply not burn, save for those that have been blessed with a holy intent. This is why the physical preparation of your home sanctuary is so vital for the peace of your entire family today. The darkness is not merely an absence of light, but a spiritual weight that tests the endurance of the human heart. Those who have practiced the presence of the Mother will find a strange, supernatural calm in the middle of the quiet. This is the hour where your internal faith becomes your only map through the deep and very thick shadows outside. You will feel the protection of the Great Shield if you have aligned your heart with the divine mandates of mercy. Do not look for answers in the darkness, but look for the light that burns within your own consecrated spirit. The prophecy mentions that the sounds from the outside world during these days will be designed to lure the soul away. You must resist the urge to look out the windows or open your doors to the unknown and deceptive noise today. The Virgin Mary is clear. This is a time for total immersion in prayer and the power of the Holy Rosary. The 4 nations will experience this more intensely as they are the primary pillars of the global shift occurring now. The darkness is actually a mercy in disguise, a way to shield the faithful from the sights of the spiritual battle. It is the ultimate moment of the great silence that we discussed as a necessary step for the human transition. Your home will become a literal ark, floating on a sea of spiritual turbulence and profound, world-changing transition right now. Do not be afraid of what you hear, for the angels are standing guard over every household that prays together. Your commitment to the silence is your commitment to the safety and the future of those you love most dearly. As the second day unfolds, the internal illumination of conscience will reach its most powerful and transformative stage for everyone. Every soul will see their life not through the lens of ego, but through the clear and piercing light of truth. This is the message they didn't want you to hear, because it bypasses every human authority and every earthly power. You will feel the weight of your choices and the immense beauty of every act of love you ever gave away. For the family of light, this will be a time of profound healing and deep, tearful reconciliation with the divine heart. The mother's mantle will be felt as a warm, protective embrace during this deep and heavy spiritual winter of the world. It is the final preparation for the new world that is being born in the center of the absolute darkness. You will understand that every trial you faced was a training ground for this specific moment of spiritual rebirth today. The truth will be revealed to you in the silence, and it will set your spirit free from the past. If you are beginning to feel a sense of urgency to prepare your home and heart, listen to that nudge. Do not let the skeptics or the noise of the world talk you out of your deep and holy intuition today. This is the time to gather your blessed candles and to double your commitment to daily, fervent, and honest prayer. Type "faith over fear" in the comments below to stand as a witness for the peace of the Mother today. Your words act as a beacon, helping others find their way to this sanctuary of truth and eternal spiritual hope. We are building a community that will not be shaken by the events that are now unfolding in our world. Together, we are creating a network of light that will shine through the darkest of nights for the whole world. Your engagement helps the algorithm find others who are searching for this sanctuary in the middle of the rising darkness. We are stronger when we stand together as a family of light, united by our shared purpose and faith. The third day will bring the first hints of a new, purified light that has never been seen before in history. This is the light of the new era, the dawn of the triumph of the Immaculate Heart of Mary forever. But to see that dawn, you must survive the night through the power of radical and selfless divine charity today. This is why our spiritual guide is the most important tool you can possess during this current time of transition. Every cent you contribute to this mission is being used to build the very mercy you will seek in shadows. By feeding the hungry today, you are storing up spiritual treasures that will sustain you through the great silence now. You are proving that you are a child of the light who is ready for the transition to the new world. Your generosity is a physical manifestation of your faith, and it creates a bridge of light across the coming void. The guide is not just a book, but a manual for surviving the transition with your peace fully intact. The 4 nations will serve as the anchors for this new light as it begins to spread across the globe. Each country will have a specific role in the reconstruction of the spiritual foundations of the human family on Earth. The Mother reveals that the first nation will lead through the power of a restored and purified collective intellect today. The second nation will provide the emotional and ancient depth needed to ground the new society in true spiritual tradition. The third nation will show the world how to protect the sanctity of the family and the home above all. The fourth nation will be the source of the humble spirit that ensures the new era remains rooted in love. You are being prepared to be a leader in this new world, though you may feel very small right now. The Virgin Mary does not choose the equipped. She equips the chosen ones who say yes to her call today. Your faith is the seed from which the gardens of the new era will eventually grow and flourish. The transition is a process of refinement that is necessary for the earth to return to its original and holy state. We must let go of the old ways of fear, control, and separation to embrace the unity of the heart. The Mother is guiding us through the narrow gate, holding our hands as we walk into the unknown with trust. Do not look back at the structures of the old world as they begin to crumble and fade into history. Look forward to the beauty of the new dawn, where every tear will be wiped away by the divine hand. The prophecy of the 4 nations is a roadmap for those who are willing to follow the path of light. You are part of a sacred lineage of souls who were born for this specific time and this specific mission. Keep your heart open to the whispers of the Mother, for she is revealing the next steps to you. The silence is ending, and the voice of the divine is calling you to rise and be ready. Your journey into the heart of the prophecy is only just beginning, and the light is with you. We must also be aware of the signs in the natural world that are already beginning to show themselves today. The animals will sense the shift before humans do, and the earth will hum with a new and strange frequency. Listen to the wind, for it carries the echoes of the messages that were once hidden in the ancient mountains. The water will shimmer with a different light, reflecting the purity that is coming to wash the world clean soon. These are the subtle clues that the great silence is about to be broken by the trumpet of the divine. You are being invited to tune your spirit to these frequencies so that you are not caught by surprise. The more you align with the natural and spiritual laws, the easier your transition into the new era will be. The mother is the queen of the elements, and she is using them to prepare the way for her children. Pay attention to the quiet miracles that are happening all around you, even in the midst of the world's chaos. They are the breadcrumbs leading you toward the safety of the ark that is being built in the spirit. The final instruction for this part of the journey is to remain in a state of constant and humble gratitude. Gratitude is the vibration that opens the doors to the highest levels of protection and divine grace for the soul. Even in the face of the unknown, thank the heavens for the opportunity to be a witness to this transition. Thank the Mother for her mantle and for the specific guidance she is providing to the 4 chosen nations today. Your gratitude acts as a shield, preventing the lower frequencies of fear and doubt from entering into your sacred space. It is the fuel that will keep your blessed candles burning when the world's fuel has completely run out for all. This is the hour of the choice, and you have chosen to walk the path of light with us here. We are moving toward the identification of the hidden remnant and their specific role in the coming days of light. Stay vigilant, stay prayerful, and above all, stay anchored in the love that never fails to protect its own. The Mother reveals that within these 4 nations, a hidden remnant has been quietly and carefully prepared for years. These are not individuals who hold great worldly power or move in the circles of high political and social influence. Instead, they are souls of great spiritual depth, characterized by their humble service and their unshakable commitment to truth. They have lived in the shadows of the mainstream, often ignored or even ridiculed for their devotion and their faith. However, they are the true anchors of the spiritual world, holding the frequency of light for the entire human family. In the moments leading up to the final silence, this remnant will be granted a supernatural and direct intuition. They will know exactly when the time has come to gather their families and begin the final silent vigil today. You are likely a part of this sacred group if you feel a deep, unexplainable resonance with this message. The Virgin Mary is weaving you into a global tapestry of protection that transcends all borders and languages now. The role of the hidden remnant is to be the light bearers for those who will be paralyzed by an extreme fear. When the systems of man inevitably fail, the world will instinctively look to those who possess an unshakable divine peace. Your role is not merely to survive the transition, but to be a lighthouse in the coming great spiritual storm. The prophecy emphasizes that the strength of the remnant lies in their total and complete consecration to the Mother. By following her mandates, you are becoming a vessel for the specific grace that the world desperately needs today. The silence of the powerful exists because they have no defense against a spirit that is truly and wholly free. You are the message they didn't want you to hear, made manifest in human form for this specific hour. As the world trembles, your steady hand and your quiet heart will be the proof of the divine presence. You are being called to rise as a pillar of hope in a time of deep and universal uncertainty. The spiritual protocols for the remnant in the 4 nations are specific and require a heart of total and humble obedience. You are asked to simplify your life immediately, shedding the unnecessary weights of material and digital distractions that bind you. Focus your energy on the essential spiritual supplies, the Holy Rosary, the blessed candles, and the books of Scripture. Create a prayer corner in your home that serves as the physical and spiritual center of your domestic church today. This small space will become your command center when the external world falls into its deep, 3-day spiritual sleep. The Mother promises that where her image is honored and prayed before, her protection will be felt with intensity. Your home is being transformed into a sacred outpost for the kingdom of light and the ultimate divine truth. These protocols are not suggestions, but the blueprints for the architecture of your survival and your future peace. Discipline in these small matters will translate into great strength when the external lights finally go out for all. As the spiritual battle lines clarify, the remnant must practice the art of discernment more than ever before in history. Not every voice that claims to be of the light is speaking the truth in these times of great confusion. You must test every spirit against the commandments of Mary and the fruits of her deep and lasting holy peace. If a message leads to panic, division, or a loss of hope, it is not from the Mother of Mercy. The true remnant is characterized by a spirit of radical unity, helping one another without any hesitation or judgment. This is the hour of the choice, where your true character is revealed by your most quiet and private actions. We are being called to a level of holiness that the world currently thinks is impossible to reach today. Your discernment will be your shield, allowing you to navigate the fog of deception that precedes the great light. Stay close to the heart of the Mother, for her pulse is the rhythm of the eternal truth. If you believe you are part of this hidden remnant, it is time to connect with your spiritual family here. We are much stronger when we recognize the light in each other across the vast distances of the world today. Type "We Are One" in the comments to join this global gathering of the faithful children of the light. Your comment is more than just text. It is a handshake in the spirit and a way to find brothers. It tells the algorithm that this sanctuary is a place of gathering, not just a place of passive digital watching. We are building the architecture of the new world through these small digital and spiritual connections we make now. Together, we are an unbreakable force for the triumph that is surely coming very soon for all of humanity. Your voice adds to the collective frequency that is pushing back against the shadows of the old and dying era. Stand tall in your identity as a child of the light, for the world needs your witness today. The final protocol for the remnant is to become a source of radical and constant divine charity in their communities. This is why our spiritual guide is designed to be your manual for this specific transition period and its challenges. Every cent you provide through this mission is used to clothe the naked and feed the hungry in these times. We are practicing the very love that will be the primary currency of the era after the darkness has passed. By supporting this mission, you are proving your loyalty to the Mother's plan for the survival of all humanity. You are moving from being a spectator to becoming an active participant in the great birthing of the heart. Your generosity is the fuel that keeps the lamps of the remnant burning brightly through the long night today. Charity is the bridge between the world that is failing and the world that is being born in the Spirit. It is the only action that carries weight in the scales of the divine and eternal kingdom of God. The 4 nations are currently being overseen by the choir of angels, assigned to protect the spiritual legacy of man. Each of these countries has a specific angelic guardian that is working to prepare the remnant for the coming shift. In the first nation, the angels are strengthening the intellect to discern the truth from the lies of the age. In the second nation, they are healing the ancient wounds of the heart to allow for a new level of unity. In the third nation, they are protecting the sanctity of the home from the intrusions of the darkness and fear. In the fourth nation, they are amplifying the humble prayers of the small ones to reach the throne of grace. You may feel their presence as a sudden warmth or a deep sense of peace during your daily prayer time. Know that you are surrounded by a celestial army that is far more powerful than any earthly force today. Your cooperation with these angelic guides is essential for the successful completion of your mission as the remnant. The protocols also include a mandate for the silence of the tongue and the increase of the interior life's depth. We must learn to speak less of the world's problems and more of the heaven's solutions in our daily lives. The noise of complaining and the weight of gossip only serve to dim the light of the soul's internal lamp. The Mother is asking us to enter the school of her heart, where silence is the primary language of love. By cultivating an interior silence, you become a vessel that can be filled with the wisdom of the divine. This wisdom will be necessary when you are called to lead others through the darkness toward the new dawn. Practice the silence today so that it becomes your natural state of being when the great event finally begins. The depth of your silence will be the measure of your strength in the hour of the ultimate trial. You are being refined in the quiet so that you can shine in the darkness for all. We must also be vigilant about the physical signs within our own homes that indicate the shield is active. You may notice that the air in your prayer corner feels different, perhaps cooler or more vibrant with spiritual energy. The objects of your devotion, like your rosary or your icons, may seem to glow with a soft inner light. These are not hallucinations, but the physical manifestations of the grace that is being poured out upon the remnant. The Mother is giving us these small signs to encourage us and to remind us that we are never alone. As the external world becomes more chaotic, your home will become more of a peaceful and holy sanctuary. This is the great shield in action, creating a boundary that the shadows of the world cannot cross or penetrate. Trust in these signs, but do not become attached to them. Focus instead on the giver of the grace. Your home is a beacon of hope, and its light is being noticed by the heavens and the earth. As we move toward the next part of this revelation, keep your heart fixed on the promise of the triumph. The transition is a bridge to a better world, and you are the ones chosen to walk across it first. The hidden remnant is the seed of the new humanity, and your growth is the hope of the future. The Mother is smiling upon your efforts, and her mantle is wide enough to cover all who seek refuge. Do not be discouraged by the smallness of your numbers, for one soul in light outweighs 1,000 in dark. We are the army of the heart, and our victory has already been written in the stars by the divine. Stay firm in your protocols, stay united in your love, and stay anchored in the truth of the prophecy. The Mother reveals that a great shield of divine protection is currently being woven over the 4 chosen nations today. This shield is not composed of human technology, satellites, or any form of military defense known to the modern world. Instead, it is a spiritual barrier formed by the collective prayers and the pure intentions of the faithful remnant. As the 3 days of darkness approach, this supernatural boundary will become almost tangible to those with sensitive souls. It is a gift of immense divine mercy, specifically designed to protect the domestic churches from the heavy external darkness. The prophecy states that in homes where the rosary is prayed with true devotion, the shield will be impenetrable. You are being asked to be a living link in this global chain of light for your specific nation today. The more we pray together in radical unity, the stronger this invisible fortress becomes for the entire human family. Every Hail Mary whispered in the silence of your home adds a layer of strength to this celestial protection. Your faith is the primary fuel that maintains the integrity of this barrier against the rising shadows of the world. The powerful elites of the earth have observed the unusual energy shifts occurring within these specific geographic regions lately. They see the data on their instruments, and they track the magnetic anomalies, but they cannot comprehend the source. They attempt to explain away the peace and the resilience of the remnant as a simple psychological reaction to stress. But the message they didn't want you to hear is that the shield is a real and supernatural intervention today. It is the physical and spiritual fulfillment of the ancient promise that the gates of hell shall not prevail now. Your home, if dedicated to the Mother, is a vital and active coordinate in this celestial grid of total safety. The Great Shield is the divine answer to the darkness that seeks to overwhelm the human spirit in this hour. It acts as a filter, allowing the grace of heaven to enter while blocking the frequencies of fear and despair. You must understand that you are not just a spectator, but a guardian of this shield within your own walls. The silence of the authorities is the ultimate proof that they have no power over this divine and holy light. In the First Nation, the shield will manifest as a sudden and unexplainable clarity of mind for all the faithful. In the Second Nation, it will appear as a miraculous provision of peace in the middle of the absolute external chaos. The Third Nation will experience a deep sense of brotherhood that dissolves years of cold and very bitter social divisions. And in the Fourth Nation, the shield will bring a supernatural strength to the weak and to those who are weary. Each of these four geographic pillars is essential to the stability of the entire global spiritual structure in this time. You must recognize that your individual and daily prayer is what powers the local node of this great shield today. Your faith is the battery that keeps the light of your sanctuary burning bright when the world's electricity fails. As the nations tremble under the weight of the transition, the shield will remain steady and unshakable for the remnant. You are being called to stand as a pillar of light within your own territory to help hold the line. The Mother's gaze is fixed upon these four regions, ensuring that the flame of the truth is never extinguished. The Mother warns that the only way for the darkness to bypass this shield is through the door of personal fear. If you allow the noise of the world to penetrate your heart, the shield begins to flicker and lose its strength. This is why the prophecy emphasizes the absolute need for a total trust in the Immaculate Heart of Mary today. We must stop feeding our minds with the toxins of the mainstream media and start feeding our souls with truth. The shield is as much a mental and emotional discipline as it is a spiritual gift from the heavens for us. By keeping your eyes fixed on the Mother's peace, you ensure that your household remains within the light forever. This is the hour of the choice, and you must decide who is the one providing your true and final security. The external world will try to convince you that you are vulnerable, but the shield tells a very different story. Stay anchored in your prayer, for it is the anchor that keeps your ark from drifting into the storm's center. The shield is reactive to your level of trust, growing stronger as you surrender your anxieties to the divine. If you are ready to stand under the protection of this great shield, make your intention known to the heavens now. We are gathering the names of the faithful who are committed to being pillars of light for their respective nations today. Type "I trust in her" in the comments below to join this global circle of spiritual protection and holy unity. Your engagement tells the world that you are not relying on the false and crumbling promises of earthly men today. It helps our community grow, ensuring that more souls find the safety of the Mother's mantle before the silence begins. We are much stronger when we are united under the same banner of hope and divine mercy for all people. Together, we are building a fortress of faith that no shadow or deception can ever hope to diminish or destroy. Your comment is a beacon to others who are searching for a sign of hope in these very confusing times. Let us build this wall of prayer together, brick by brick, until it encompasses the four corners of the earth. We are a family of light, and the Great Shield is our shared heritage and our divine right today. The ultimate way to strengthen the Great Shield is through the practice of active and radical divine charity in your life. This is why our spiritual guide is so much more than just a collection of prophetic insights or future predictions. Every cent you provide through this mission is a spiritual stone used to build the wall of mercy for others. When you feed the hungry, you're essentially reinforcing the shield around your own family and your own home today. Charity is the frequency that the darkness cannot detect, and the evil one cannot ever hope to penetrate or harm. By supporting this mission, you are proving that your faith is alive and manifested in your real-world actions right now. You are becoming a true guardian of the light in these final and very urgent hours of the world's transition. The shield is powered by love, and every act of kindness you perform makes the barrier more resilient and bright. Do not underestimate the power of a single act of mercy to protect an entire household from the coming night. We are the architects of this protection, and our tools are the works of mercy and the prayers of the heart. The shield also acts as a supernatural filter for the chaotic information that seeks to confuse and divide the remnant. During the transition, the world will be flooded with false messages and deceptive narratives intended to lead souls astray. The Great Shield provides a clarity of spirit that allows you to see the truth behind the masks of the world. You will find that you no longer resonate with the frequencies of anger, hatred, or the desire for earthly revenge. Instead, you will be filled with a deep compassion for those who are still lost in the darkness of the old era. This clarity is a direct result of being under the protection of the Mother's mantle and her sacred shield today. It allows you to remain a pillar of stability for your family when everything else seems to be falling apart. The shield does not just keep the darkness out, it keeps the peace and the truth of the divine within you. You will become a sanctuary of calm in a world that is experiencing a deep and universal spiritual storm. Trust in the shield's ability to guide your thoughts and your words during the most difficult hours of the event. We must also understand that the Great Shield is a precursor to the permanent peace of the new era. It is a foretaste of the protection that the children of God will experience once the triumph is fully realized on earth. By living under the shield today, you are already beginning to breathe the air of the restored and holy creation. You are learning the laws of the Spirit that will govern the world after the 3 days of darkness have passed. The shield is your training ground, teaching you how to rely solely on the divine grace for your every need. Do not be afraid of the external events, for they are merely the passing of the old to make way for the new. The shield is your bridge, ensuring that you cross over into the dawn with your heart and soul fully intact. The Mother is the queen of this protection, and she is inviting you to hide within her heart today. The 4 nations are the starting points for this global restoration, and you are the pioneers of this light. Keep your shield bright through constant prayer and acts of radical, selfless love for all your brothers and sisters. As the 3 days of darkness draw closer, the shield will begin to glow with an intensity that will be felt by all. This is the sign of the Son of Man that will appear in the heavens to encourage the faithful and the small. It will be a light that does not burn the eyes, but warms the soul with a sense of infinite and divine love. The shield will reflect this light, creating a canopy of grace over the 4 nations and the homes of the remnant. You will feel a sense of joy and anticipation that will replace the last remnants of fear in your heart. This is the moment when you will realize that the prophecy was a message of the greatest love ever known. The Mother has prepared everything for your safety, and her shield is the final seal of her maternal protection today. You are being invited to rest in this certainty, knowing that you are cherished beyond all human understanding or thought. The darkness will come, but it will have no power over the ones who are marked by the shield of light. We are the family of the heart, and we are safe within the embrace of the Divine and Holy Mother. The final instruction for this part of the revelation is to share the light of the shield through your presence. Even before the events begin, the peace you carry under the shield will act as a silent witness to others. People will be drawn to your calm and your hope, even if they do not understand the spiritual source of it. Be ready to give a reason for the hope that is within you, but do so with the gentleness of the Mother. You are a living advertisement for the power of the Great Shield and the truth of the Virgin Mary's prophecy. Your life is the most powerful sermon you will ever preach to a world that is searching for the light. As we move to the next part, we will explore the specific instructions for the 3 days of darkness. You have been given the shield. Now you must learn how to stand firm within its holy and protective boundaries. The silence is ending, and the voice of the divine is calling you to a deeper level of trust. Stay anchored in the shield, for it is the ark that will carry you through the night to the dawn. The onset of the 3 days will manifest not as a natural disaster, but as a profound supernatural pause. The Virgin Mary warns that a unique stillness will descend upon the 4 nations, signaling the final closure of the doors. This is the moment when the Great Shield reaches its maximum intensity, creating a sanctuary for those within the light. You will notice that the air becomes thick with a spiritual presence that demands a total and humble silence. This is the time to gather your family, ignite your blessed candles, and retreat into the heart of your home. The external world will be cloaked in a shadow that no man-made light can hope to penetrate or diminish. It is a sacred time of purification intended to wash the earth of the old frequencies of fear and greed. You must trust that the walls of your home, fortified by prayer, are an impenetrable fortress of grace. The divine clock has struck the hour, and your only task is to remain anchored in the peace. Do not be tempted to look outside, for the battle being fought belongs to the heavens and not to man. During this period of absolute external shadow, the blessed candles will be your only physical source of illumination in the house. The Mother reveals that these candles will only stay lit in the homes of those who possess a sincere faith. The light they emit is not merely a chemical reaction, but a physical manifestation of the divine grace protecting you. As you watch the flame, you will feel a deep connection to the millions of other souls in the remnant. This light is a bridge that connects the 4 nations into a single, unified grid of spiritual and holy hope. It is a reminder that even in the darkest hour, the light of the heart can never be extinguished. Use this time to teach your children the ancient prayers and the stories of the Mother's mercy and love. Your home will feel like a temple, a space where time no longer follows the rules of the material world. The candle's glow is the signature of the Great Shield, marking your household as a property of the divine. Rest in the warmth of this light, for it is the same fire that will eventually ignite the dawn. The 2nd day will bring the most intense phase of the experience, the internal illumination of the human conscience for all. Every soul will be granted the grace to see their life through the clear, unfiltered lens of the divine truth. This is the message they didn't want you to hear because it bypasses every human authority and every earthly power. The powerful and the humble alike will face the reality of their choices and the impact of their actions. For the remnant, this will not be a time of terror, but a period of profound healing and deep release. You will feel the weight of old burdens and past mistakes being lifted away by the hand of the Mother. It is a spiritual surgery intended to prepare you for the high frequencies of the new era that is coming. The light within you will grow brighter as you accept the mercy and the forgiveness being offered so freely. You will understand that you are cherished not for your achievements, but for your willingness to love others. This interior light is your true identity, and it will be your primary guide in the world to come. The sounds from the outside world during the transition will be designed to test the resolve of the hidden remnant. You may hear voices that sound familiar or noises that mimic the chaos of a world in a total collapse. The Virgin Mary is very clear in her instruction. Do not open your doors or windows to investigate these sounds. This is the final test of your obedience and your total trust in the protection of the Great Shield today. The darkness is a veil of mercy, preventing you from seeing things that the human mind is not yet ready. Focus your attention entirely on the prayers of the Rosary and the reading of the sacred and holy scriptures. Your commitment to the interior life is what keeps the shield strong and the home safe from the noise. The silence you maintain is a form of spiritual combat, defeating the deception through the power of holy stillness. Know that the angels are standing at every entrance, ensuring that nothing of the shadow can enter your space. Your peace is the greatest weapon you possess, and the Mother is the general leading you to victory. If you are feeling the call to prepare your home as a sanctuary for these coming days, listen to your soul. This is the moment to move beyond intellectual curiosity and into a state of active, spiritual and physical preparation. Type "Faith is my light" in the comments below to affirm your commitment to the protocols of the Mother. Your words serve as a digital beacon, helping our community of light grow stronger and more united in purpose. It tells the algorithm that this message of hope and preparation is vital for the world to hear right now. We are building a global ark of souls, and every person who joins adds a layer of strength to us. Your engagement helps ensure that this sanctuary of truth reaches those who are still lost in the world's noise. Together, we are creating a network of light that will remain active even when the physical networks fail. Stand tall in your faith, for you are being equipped with the armor of light for the final transition. Your presence here is a gift to the family, and your testimony is a light for the nations. The protocols for the 3 days also emphasize the importance of maintaining a spirit of radical and constant charity. This is why our spiritual guide is the most essential resource you can have to navigate this transition with peace. Every cent you contribute to this mission is used to provide bread and shelter to those who have nothing today. By practicing mercy now, you are ensuring that the frequency of mercy is what governs your home during the dark. Charity is the only currency that will hold its value when the systems of the old world have completely ceased. When you support this work, you are literally weaving the fabric of the Great Shield with your own generous hands. You are proving that your heart is ready to live by the laws of the heart in the new era ahead. The guide provides you with the prayers and the protocols needed to maintain your interior light through the night. It is a manual for the soul, ensuring that you emerge from the darkness with your peace fully intact. Your generosity today is the oil that will keep your blessed candles burning through the final 3 days. The 4 nations will experience a unique phenomenon where the spiritual atmosphere becomes visible to the human eye. You may see ribbons of light or geometric patterns of grace flowing through your rooms during the intense prayer vigils. These are the threads of the mantle, the physical manifestation of the Mother's presence within your domestic and holy church. They serve to remind you that you are part of a much larger celestial architecture of light and protection. The angels will be more perceptible to you, and you may hear their voices joining yours in the holy chants. This is the convergence of heaven and earth, a foretaste of the reality that will be permanent in the new era. Do not be afraid of these manifestations, but receive them with a heart full of wonder and deep gratitude. They are the signs that the Great Shield is working and that you are being sustained by divine power. Your home is no longer just a house, it is a sacred portal of grace in a changing world. Rest in this knowledge, for the Queen of Heaven has personally overseen the preparation of your refuge. As the 3rd day begins to wane, you will notice a change in the quality of the darkness outside your door. The heavy, oppressive weight will start to lift, replaced by a sense of anticipation and a cooling, fresh breeze. This is the scent of the lilies, the signature of the Virgin Mary, signaling that the purification is complete. You will feel a sudden surge of energy and joy, as if a great burden has been removed from your spirit. Do not rush to open your doors immediately, but wait for the specific internal nudge from the Holy Spirit. The light that is about to dawn is unlike anything humanity has seen since the beginning of the creation. It is the light of the new era, the brilliance of a world that has been restored to its center. Your interior light will resonate with this new dawn, creating a sense of total and absolute harmony within. You have survived the night, and you have done so through the power of your faith and your love. The triumph of the Immaculate Heart is no longer a prophecy. It is your new and living reality. The instructions for the final hours of the transition are to remain in a deep and profound state of thanksgiving. Thank the Divine for the protection of the Great Shield and for the mercy of the internal illumination of heart. Thank the Mother for her constant guidance and for the privilege of being a member of the Hidden Remnant. Your gratitude will act as the final seal, locking in the graces you received during the 3 days of shadows. You are now a pioneer of the new world, a bearer of the light that will never again be extinguished. The 4 nations will lead the way in the reconstruction of the world, and you will be their leaders. Your training in the silence and the darkness has prepared you for the responsibilities of the new day ahead. You are no longer the person you were when the silence first began. You are a new and holy creation. The era of fear is over, and the era of the heart has officially begun for all of humanity. Walk out into the new world with the confidence of a child of the light and the true King. We must now prepare for the aftermath of the event and the role we will play in the global reconstruction. The world will be in a state of wonder and confusion, and they will need the stability of the remnant. You will be called to share the protocols of peace and the lessons of the heart with those who are lost. Your experience in the refuge has given you the wisdom needed to lead with compassion and with radical mercy. The Mother will continue to guide you, providing the words and the strength you need for every single task. This is the great gathering, the time when the family of light comes together to build the new civilization. Every act of charity you performed before the darkness was a seed that will now grow into a forest. You are the architects of the hope, and the blueprints of the heavens are in your hands today. The next part of our revelation will explore the new dawn and the restoration of the 4 nations. Stay anchored in the joy of the triumph, for the dawn is here and the light is yours. As the final hours of the 3rd day vanish, a light of unimaginable purity will begin to wash over the world. This is not the sunlight we have known in the old era, but the brilliance of a world restored to its center. The 4 nations, having endured the trial with faith, will emerge as the first foundations of the era of the heart. The Virgin Mary's promise of the triumph of her Immaculate Heart will be a visible, living reality for everyone. You will step out of your home to find a creation that feels brand new and profoundly sacred to the soul. The noise of the old machine will be gone, replaced by a supernatural harmony that resonates within the very air. This is the moment we have been preparing for through every prayer and every act of quiet and humble faith. The atmosphere will be charged with a sense of peace that transcends all human understanding and past worldly experience. You will breathe in the air of a purified earth, feeling the life-giving force of the divine in every single breath. The shadows of the past are gone, and the light of the eternal day has finally begun for all. The transformation of the 4 nations will be the first sign to the rest of the world that the era has shifted. Each of these lands will manifest a specific spiritual gift that will assist in the healing of the entire human family. In the first nation, the restoration will bring a clarity of purpose and a renewed intellect dedicated to the truth. In the second nation, the ancient wounds of history will be healed, giving way to a culture of deep and lasting peace. The third nation will become a sanctuary for the family, where the home is honored as the most sacred of all spaces. The fourth nation will lead through the power of humility, showing the world that the smallest are the greatest in light. These regions will serve as global centers of light, guiding the reconstruction of a civilization based on the laws of love. You will see the physical landscape change as the earth responds to the high frequencies of the new and holy era. The blueprints of the heavens are being manifested on the soil of the earth, and you are the primary builders. This is the message they didn't want you to hear, made visible. That humanity was always destined for this glory. The transition from the old world to the new will require you to lead with a spirit of radical and constant service. There will be many people who are confused and lost as the familiar structures of the old world dissolve into history. You must be ready to extend the same mercy that the Mother extended to you during the deep and heavy trials. Your experience in the refuge has given you the wisdom needed to lead with compassion and an unshakable inner calm. The prophecy reminds us that the greatest in this new kingdom are those who served the most during the night. Every trial you faced in 2026 was a training ground for this specific leadership of the heart in the light. You are the guardians of the new world, and your work of reconstruction is just beginning with the first dawn. The Mother will continue to provide you with the words and the strength you need for every task ahead of you. Trust in the intuition you developed during the silence, for it is your direct line to the divine and holy will. You are the pioneers of hope, and your presence is a gift to a world that is being born again. As you walk through your community, you will notice that the frequency of fear has been replaced by the frequency of love. People will be drawn to the peace you carry, even if they do not yet understand the spiritual source of it. You will find that the old divisions of politics, race, and status have been washed away by the great purification. In the four nations, the remnant will be the ones who organize the first gatherings of the new and holy family. These meetings will be characterized by a sense of joy and a shared commitment to the mandates of the divine heart. You will teach others the protocols of the Spirit and the power of the rosary that sustained you through the dark. The reconstruction of the world will happen from the inside out, starting in the hearts of those who remained faithful. Every act of kindness you perform today will be a foundational stone for the civilization of the heart and the light. You are not alone in this work, for the angels are working alongside you to restore the earth's original beauty. The dawn is not just a change in the light, it is a change in the very nature of human existence. If you are ready to be a builder of this new world, make your commitment known to the community of light. We are gathering the architects of hope who are willing to lead their nations back to the source of all life. Type, "The dawn is here," in the comments below to seal your dedication to the reconstruction of the human spirit. Your engagement helps ensure that this message of hope and restoration reaches every soul that is searching for a new path. It tells the algorithm that the family of light is growing and that we are ready to take our place today. We are building a global network of leaders who will guide the world through the first years of the new era. Your voice adds to the collective frequency of joy that is rising from the four nations to the heavens above. Together, we are creating the blueprints for a society where the law of love is the only law that remains. Stand tall in your mission, for you were born for this specific hour of global and spiritual restoration right now. Your presence is the proof that the darkness could not overcome the light that was hidden within your heart. The reconstruction of the world is a work of radical and constant charity, as the Mother has taught us through the years. This is why our spiritual guide remains your most valuable resource as you step out into the light of the new era. Every cent you contribute to this mission is used to build the physical and spiritual infrastructure of the new society today. By supporting this work, you are proving that your heart is fully aligned with the values of the new and holy dawn. Charity is the primary language of the new world, and your generosity is the proof that you speak it fluently now. The guide provides you with the lessons and the protocols needed to lead others toward the peace of the heart. It is a manual for the reconstruction of the human soul, ensuring that the mistakes of the past are never repeated again. Your support today is the investment that will yield a harvest of peace for many generations to come in this world. The family of light is the engine of this restoration, and your charity is the fuel that keeps it moving forward. Together, we are building a world where no one is forgotten and everyone is cherished as a child of the light. The restoration of the four nations will also involve a renewal of the natural world and the elements of the earth. You will see the water become pure once more, and the soil will produce fruits that are vibrant with spiritual energy. The animals will live in harmony with humanity, and the air will be filled with the scent of the mother's lilies. This is the great restoration, the return of the earth to its original state of grace and of divine beauty always. You are the stewards of this new creation, and your role is to protect and nurture the life that is blooming. The mother is the queen of the elements, and she will show you how to live in balance with the world. You will find that your work in the new era is not a burden, but a source of deep and lasting joy. The fatigue of the old world will vanish, replaced by a supernatural energy that comes from being in the light. This is the reward for those who remained faithful through the darkness and the silence of the great spiritual trial. You are living in the fulfillment of the ancient promises, and the beauty of the world is your new and holy home. The institutions of the old world will be replaced by the domestic church and the community of the heart in peace. You will no longer look to distant authorities for guidance, for the voice of the divine will speak within you always. The four nations will lead the way in creating local structures of support that are based on the mandates of Mary. Education will focus on the growth of the soul, and medicine will focus on the healing of the whole and holy person. The economy of the new era will be an economy of gift and of gratitude, where everyone's needs are met fully. You are the ones who will implement these changes, using the wisdom you gained during the 3 days of the silence. The mother will be your constant counselor, providing you with the blueprints for every new and holy institution you build. The silence has ended, and the voice of the divine is now the primary frequency that governs the human family on earth. You are the pioneers of this new way of being, and your life is a testimony to the power of the divine. The reconstruction of the world is a glorious task, and you have been chosen to lead the way with your love. We must also be aware that the great gathering of the remnant is the first step toward the global unity of light. As you rebuild your own nation, you will be connected to the other three through a supernatural bond of the heart. The four nations will act as the corners of a great spiritual canopy that covers the entire world with grace and peace. You will share your resources and your wisdom with one another, creating a global family that is truly and wholly one. The mother's mantle will be the flag that flies over every nation, signaling the end of war and the start of love. This is the triumph of the heart, and it is happening through your hands and through your quiet acts of faithful service. The world will watch the four nations and follow their example, leading to a universal restoration of the human spirit today. You are the first fruits of this new humanity, and your growth is the hope of the whole world as it watches. The silence is over, and the song of the heart is being sung by every soul that has entered into the light. The journey of reconstruction is a journey of joy, and the Mother is leading the way to the final and holy goal. The final instruction for this part of the journey is to remain in a state of constant and humble gratitude always. Gratitude is the vibration that maintains the high frequency of the new era and prevents the return of the old shadows. Even in the midst of the work of reconstruction, take time to thank the divine for the gift of the new dawn. Thank the Mother for her protection and for the privilege of being a builder of the new and holy civilization today. Your gratitude will act as a magnetic force, attracting more grace and more light to your community and your nation. It is the signature of the new world, marking you as a citizen of the era of the heart and the eternal light. This is the hour of the triumph, and you are the ones who are making it a reality through your lives. We are moving toward the final part of this revelation, where we explore the eternal peace of the heart. Stay anchored in the joy of the dawn, for the light has won and the world is finally and wholly yours. Your journey into the heart of the prophecy has reached its most beautiful and glorious stage of all right now. The eternal peace that now settles upon the four nations is a profound stillness that the world has never known before. It is not merely the absence of conflict or the silence of the old machine, but a living, breathing presence of grace. This peace is the fruit of the great purification, a divine gift for those who held the flame during the night. You will feel this peace as a constant resonance within your heart, guiding every thought and every action toward the light. The Virgin Mary's promise has been fulfilled, and the world is now anchored in the frequency of her Immaculate Heart forever. The four nations are the primary guardians of this peace, serving as the spiritual compass for the rest of humanity today. You are the witnesses of a transformation that has reached the very atoms of the earth and the human spirit now. The mission of the remnant is now to ensure that this peace is nurtured and shared with every living soul. This is the final stage of the divine plan, where the earth becomes a true reflection of the heavenly and holy kingdom. You are the living vessels of this eternal peace, and your life is the testimony of the Mother's triumph today. The First Nations mission is to be the global center of the restored and sanctified human intellect and spiritual wisdom today. Its people will use the clarity they gain during the 3 days to build systems of knowledge that honor the divine. They will teach the world how to use the mind as a tool for the heart rather than a weapon of pride. The silence has been replaced by a new language of truth that resonates through every school and every seat of learning. You will see the youth of this nation rising as the new philosophers of the Spirit, guided by the Mother's light. Their work will be to harmonize the discoveries of the physical world with the eternal laws of the spiritual realm forever. This nation is the brain of the new humanity, ensuring that the truth is preserved for all future generations to come. Your role here is to protect the purity of this new knowledge and to share it with the other nations in love. The intellect is no longer a source of division, but a bridge that leads every soul back to the divine source. You are the architects of the new wisdom, and your blueprints are written in the light of the eternal heart. The Second Nation's mission is to provide the ancient, deep and grounded spiritual tradition that will anchor the new global family. Its people will be the keepers of the sacred history and the masters of the healing of the human soul's memory. They will show the world how to turn the scars of the past into the jewels of the new and holy era today. In this nation, the liturgical life will be the heartbeat of the community, celebrating the presence of the divine in all. You will see the ancient sites of prayer become vibrant centers of a living and very powerful spiritual energy once more. This nation is the memory of the new humanity, ensuring that the lessons of the night are never forgotten in the light. Your role here is to lead the world in the rituals of gratitude and the celebration of the divine and holy mercy. The traditions of the past have been purified and elevated to a new frequency of love and of radical spiritual unity. You are the guardians of the sacred flame, and your light is what gives depth and soul to the new world. Every prayer you offer is a thread that connects the present moment to the eternal and divine presence of the Mother. The third nation's mission is to be the sanctuary of the family and the protector of the sanctity of the domestic home. Its people will show the world how to build communities where the love between parents and children is the supreme law today. They will be the experts in the art of the domestic church, creating homes that are portals of grace and holy peace. In this nation, every child will be recognized as a sacred gift, and every elderly person as a pillar of wisdom. You will see the social structures organized around the needs of the family rather than the demands of the old economy. This nation is the heart of the new humanity, ensuring that the love of the mother is felt in every home. Your role here is to nurture the culture of the heart and to protect the innocence of the new generations today. The family is no longer a unit of consumption, but a school of love and a sanctuary for the growing soul. You are the builders of the domestic temple, and your work is what ensures the stability of the entire human era. The home is the primary cell of the new civilization, and its health is the health of the entire world today. The fourth nation's mission is to be the source of the humble spirit and the radical service that sustains the light. Its people will show the world that the greatest power is found in the willingness to be the smallest and the most. They will be the masters of the art of selfless charity, ensuring that the needs of the vulnerable are always met. In this nation, the leaders will be those who serve with the most humility and the most profound and holy love today. You will see the world look to this small nation for the example of how to live in true spiritual poverty. This nation is the spirit of the new humanity, ensuring that the era of the heart remains rooted in the divine. Your role here is to be the hands and feet of the mother, reaching out to the margins of the world today. Humility is no longer a sign of weakness, but the ultimate expression of the divine strength and the holy and pure light. You are the pioneers of the new service, and your life is the proof that the humble truly inherit the earth. The smallest nation has become the greatest lighthouse for the world, guiding every soul toward the final and holy goal. If you are ready to embrace the final mission of your nation, make your intention known to the heavens and the community. We are calling the final members of the remnant to step into their roles as the guardians of the eternal and holy peace. Type "Peace is eternal" in the comments below to seal your dedication to the final mission of the Mother's triumph right now. Your engagement helps to anchor the frequency of peace in the digital realm and across the 4 nations of the world today. It tells the algorithm that the family of light is united and ready to fulfill its divine and holy destiny on earth. We are building the final network of light that will cover the entire world with the mantle of the Virgin Mary forever. Your voice is a necessary part of the collective chorus of gratitude that is rising from the 4 nations to the divine. Stand tall in your mission, for you have been chosen and prepared for this specific hour of the final global restoration. Your presence is the living proof that the plan of the Mother has reached its glorious and eternal fulfillment in the world. The era of the heart is not a distant dream, but the reality that you are now creating with your holy love. The final mission is a work of radical and constant charity, as the Mother has taught us through every trial and night. This is why our spiritual guide is the final and most important tool you can possess as you fulfill your holy mission. Every cent you contribute to this mission today is used to expand the reach of the new civilization of the heart and light. By supporting this work, you are proving that your spirit is fully integrated into the mandates of the eternal and holy dawn. Charity is the eternal language of the heavens, and your generosity is the proof that you have become a citizen of light. The guide provides the final protocols for the leadership of the heart and the maintenance of the eternal and holy peace today. It is a manual for the final stage of the human journey, ensuring that the light of the heart never fades again. Your support today is the final seal on your commitment to the Mother's triumph and the future of all humanity on earth. The family of light is the guardian of this new world, and your charity is the light that guides us to the end. Together, we have built a world that is a true sanctuary for the divine and for every child of the eternal light. The four nations will now act as a single, unified spiritual entity, held together by the power of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. You will feel the connection to your brothers and sisters in the other nations as if they were standing right beside you. The great shield has become a great canopy of light that covers the entire planet with the grace of the new era today. The silence of the past has been replaced by the song of the universe, a harmony that only the pure in heart can hear. You are the conductors of this symphony, using your lives to express the beauty and the truth of the divine and holy. Every act of service and every word of peace adds a new note to the melody of the restored and holy creation now. The Mother is the queen of this harmony, and she is smiling upon the work of her children in the four nations today. The triumph is total, the light is eternal, and the world is finally at peace with itself and with its divine source. You are the first generation of the new humanity, and your children will grow up in a world that knows only love. The mission is completed, and the dawn is now the permanent state of the world for all the faithful children. The final instruction for the remnant is to remain in a state of perpetual and holy adoration of the divine and eternal source. Adoration is the frequency that maintains the connection between the earth and the heavens in the new and holy era of light. Take time every day to enter the silence of your heart and to thank the divine for the gift of the eternal peace. Your adoration will act as a fountain of grace, nourishing your community and your nation with the light of the Holy Heart. It is the signature of the soul that has reached the end of the journey and has found its true and divine home. This is the hour of the permanent light, and you are the ones who are living in its brilliance and its peace. We have reached the final part of our revelation, where we explore the eternal legacy of the four chosen nations of light. Stay anchored in the joy of the triumph, for the light has won, and the world is finally and wholly yours. Your journey into the heart of the prophecy has reached its final and most glorious destination of all in the light. We must now prepare for the eternal legacy that the four nations will leave for the future of the entire human family. This legacy is not built of stone or of gold, but of the love and the truth that you have lived and shared. Your stories will be told for generations to come as the children of the future learn of the brave remnant of 2026. They will learn how a small group of faithful souls held the light during the great silence and the 3 days of dark. They will learn how the Mother guided her children through the transition and into the dawn of the era of the Holy Heart. You are the ancestors of the new humanity, and your faith is the foundation upon which the future is being built today. The Mother will continue to be with you, as she is the eternal Queen of the Heart and the Mother of all light. This is the great legacy, the gift of a world restored to its divine and holy purpose for all eternity and light. Every act of charity you performed was a thread in the tapestry of this legacy that will never be torn or faded. You are the architects of the forever, and the light of the divine is your eternal and holy reward today. We have finally reached the summit of this urgent revelation, where the path of the soul meets the eternal light of the divine. The message of the Virgin Mary for the four chosen nations is, at its very core, a final call to total spiritual unity. You have been guided through the silence, the darkness, and the restoration, and now you stand at the threshold of the end. This is the moment to take everything you have heard and seal it within the secret chamber of your own heart today. The preparation in words has finished, and the preparation in the spirit must now become your new and permanent way of living. You are no longer the person who began watching this video. You have been transformed by the truth of the holy prophecy. The Mother is looking into your eyes right now, asking if you are ready to carry her light to the world. Your answer to this call will determine your place in the reconstruction of the human family and the new holy era. This is the hour of the final decision, where you must choose to belong entirely to the kingdom of the heart. Total consecration to the Virgin Mary is the master key that closes the door to fear and opens the gate to glory. To consecrate yourself is to hand over every thought, every word, and every action to her immaculate heart for a final purification. It is becoming a docile and humble instrument in the hands of the Queen of Heaven for the salvation of all souls. In the four nations, this act of total surrender will be the spiritual mark that protects the remnant during the shift. It is not just a simple prayer of the lips, but a radical lifestyle based on absolute trust and divine and holy love. By consecrating your home and your life today, you allow the divine frequency to flow through you without any earthly obstacles. This is the eternal seal of property that tells the shadows they have no authority over your life or your family. Your existence now belongs to the great rescue plan of the heavens, and your safety is guaranteed by the Mother's power. This is the highest level of the Great Shield, where your heart beats in perfect harmony with the divine and holy will. The triumph of the Immaculate Heart is not a worldly victory of politics or human force, but the victory of love over hate. It is the glorious moment when humanity finally remembers its divine origin and returns to the source of all life and light. The four nations will be the first witnesses of this brilliance that knows no sunset and no return to the old ways. You will see how the peace of the heart spreads like a sacred fire, consuming the coldness of selfishness and the ancient pride. This triumph begins right now in your own chest, every time you choose mercy over judgment and faith over worldly fear. You are the ambassadors of this new era on earth, carrying the banner of the Mother's hope into the middle of the world. The future that was once a distant prophecy has now become the reality that is beating inside your own awakened spirit. Do not wait for the external world to change. Be the change that the Mother is calling for in this very hour. The dawn has already broken within you, and the light of the heart is now your primary and eternal guide. As we close this sacred journey, remember that active charity is the engine that accelerates the arrival of the new world. This is why our spiritual guide is the most direct way to join this prophetic revelation with real and tangible holy action. By obtaining the guide today, you are sending a clear signal to the heavens that you are a builder of the new dawn. Every cent of your support becomes a physical caress from the Mother for the children who are suffering in the shadows now. Do not leave for tomorrow the act of mercy that you can perform today, for the time of sowing is reaching its end. This guide will be your companion through the transition, reminding you that love is the only force that truly survives the night. You are investing in the treasures of heaven, which can never be snatched away by any economic or worldly crisis today. Your generosity is the final proof that your heart is ready to live by the laws of the eternal and holy heart. We thank you for being the channel through which the divine mercy reaches the most forgotten corners of our changing world. To seal this moment of profound unity and faith, I invite you to perform a final act of commitment with us. The strength of our global community resides in the visibility of our light before a world that is lost in the dark. Type the phrase, "Triumph with Mary," in the comments below as your personal signature in this sacred contract of divine love. By doing so, you are anchoring your spiritual frequency to thousands of other brothers and sisters who have heard the call. Your comment is a point of light on the digital map, a strong resistance against the algorithm of despair and the void. Help this video become a refuge for many more souls by sharing it with those who are still unaware of the urgency. Our mission is to collect every single soul for the Mother's Ark before the great silence begins for the whole world. Your voice is the echo of the Virgin's own voice, calling her children back to the safety of the domestic church. Together, we are an unbreakable force that is ushering in the triumph of the heart and the eternal light of God. The final instructions are simple, but require an iron discipline and a constant vigilance in the faith of the true light. Keep your rosary close to you, your heart clean of grudges, and your hands always open to give to those in need. Do not get lost in sterile debates about dates or technical details that only serve to distract your soul from the work. What matters is being ready in this precise instant, for the divine clock is moving faster than the world can perceive now. The Virgin Mary has done her maternal part by warning us. Now we must do our part with courage and with honor. The four nations are already under her protective mantle, and you are under her gaze every second of your life today. There is no room for fear when you are walking hand in hand with the Queen, who has already defeated the darkness. Move forward with the peace of one who knows that the end of this story is a glorious and final victory. Your faithfulness in the small things today will be your greatest crown in the kingdom of the heart tomorrow. As you leave this video, take with you the atmosphere of peace and sacredness that we have built together in this space. May your home become, starting today, that sanctuary of protection that the prophecy mentions as the place of the divine grace. Speak with your loved ones about these truths with a quiet serenity, not with terror, but with the joy of certain hope. Remember that family prayer has a supernatural power that deflects the shadows and attracts the full mercy of the heavens today. The signs in the world will continue to appear, but you will no longer look at them with fear or confusion anymore. You will look at them with the eyes of a child who knows the Father's plan and trusts the Mother's guiding hand. You are part of a sacred history written with letters of gold in the eternal books of the heavens and the earth. The time of the shadows is ending, and the time of the children of the light has officially and wholly begun today. Stay firm in the breach, for the dawn is much closer than your physical eyes can possibly perceive in the night. Finally, let us receive the Mother's blessing for all the homes and families that have joined this transmission of divine light. May her mantle cover your children, may her peace saturate your walls, and may her love be your only spiritual food. The message has been delivered, the seals are open in your conscience, and the path is traced with the light of truth. Do not stop your progress, do not look back at the old world, and do not allow anyone to steal your crown. The four nations are ready, the heavens are ready. And now, after hearing this revelation, you are also ready forever. Thank you for being part of this hidden remnant, for your radical charity, and for your unshakable faith in the triumph. We will see each other in the brilliance of the new dawn, where all crying will be forgotten and joy will be. Long live the Immaculate Heart of Mary, and long live Christ the King in all the nations of the earth. The light has won. The silence has ended, and the world is finally at peace in the heart of the divine. Amen. And let the light of the Mother guide your every step until we meet again in the eternal dawn. The legacy of the four nations will be a testament to the power of faith and the resilience of the human soul. You are the ancestors of the new humanity, and your courage today is the foundation for the peace of tomorrow's world. Every prayer you whispered in the dark and every act of mercy you performed is recorded in the stars of the light. The Mother continues to watch over you, her eyes full of pride and her heart full of love for her brave children. Go out into the world and be the light that you were always meant to be, for the shadows are fading away. The era of the heart is not just a destination. It is the journey that you are walking with every holy breath. Your mission is to be the love that the world so desperately needs, a love that is radical, pure, and divine. Trust in the plan, for it is perfect, and trust in the Mother, for she is the Queen of your victory. The 4 nations have risen, the shield is strong, and the triumph is now the living reality of all the faithful. You are home, you are safe, and you are cherished for all of eternity in the light of the Holy Heart. May the peace of the divine and the protection of the Virgin Mary remain with you and your family until the end. We are united in a bond that can never be broken by time, space, or any power of the old and dying world. The dawn is not coming, the dawn is here, and it is shining through you to illuminate the 4 corners of the earth. Be the lighthouse, be the sanctuary, and be the hope that the nations are looking for as they emerge from night. Your journey into the heart of the prophecy has reached its most beautiful and most glorious destination in the eternal light. Stand tall, children of the light, for the King is with you and the Mother is leading you to the throne. The mission is fulfilled, the message is sealed, and the peace of the heart is now your eternal and holy reward. Thank you for walking this path with us, and may your light never cease to shine in the new era. Until we meet again in the brilliance of the restored creation, stay anchored in the love that never fails. The light is yours, the world is yours, and the victory is finally and forever completed in the heart.